Back on trail for the first time since October. This is the longest time I've not been on trail. I think just hasn't worked out. Starting in Bland, Virginia and heading south. We'll see how far I get. It is raining. It's a little chilly, about 50 degrees maybe. Raining just enough that my shoes are starting to look a little wet. Which means I'm probably going to be walking in wet shoes for the next 4 days because I don't think it's supposed to rain just today. And then it's not going to rain, according to the weather forecast. I think there was a burn through here. Well, it looks like the hiker hunger has kicked in. At our first little viewpoint. The sun's starting to come out. It's probably some compliments of Hurricane Helene. I've been seeing a bunch of trees. All the little ones are cleared. There's a couple big ones they probably can't get with hand saws. And there's some old ones. I'm out here hiking with Little Sticks. Say hi, Little Sticks. Oh, where'd you go? Oh, that's right. Little Sticks isn't with me because she canceled on me. Now I'm the entertainment committee. See how that works out. So here's a message to my students who have a suspicion of where I am when I took today and tomorrow off. Jonathan, put your headphones away, get into OneNote. Enrique, put the earbuds away, get into OneNote. Alex, get up off the floor behind Priya, go sit at your desk. And Helene, plug your iPad in. Okay, I'm about 2 hours and 20 minutes in. I'm about 5 1/4 miles, I think. Should stop and take a break here soon, but moving quite along. But it stopped raining. It didn't really rain, it was just spritzing, but it stopped spritzing. The sun's come out a little bit, it's warmed up a little bit. A little bit of wind, but I think I'm ready to take off this coat and sit down, get a drink, maybe eat something. It's so quiet. I've ran into 5 hikers. I think they're all 3 hikers. Looks like 3 hikers. So I guess there's a bit of a bubble. It's not the real bubble. It's not a big bubble. Small bubble coming through. This is a nice little campsite. There's a creek down there. Fire ring, picnic table, nice flat spots for tents. You can even put up a hammock or 2. Too bad I'm not staying here tonight. This is VA 615. There's a parking lot down there. There's a little blue blaze from the trail to get there. Nice big parking lot. Has some nice campsites around it. And looks like we have a bridge over here. We have, please, southbound hikers, take a plastic grocery bag of wood shavings to Jenkins Privy. Put the shavings in the metal can in the privy as possible, then take the plastic bag to the next trailhead at VA 623. If the metal can in the privy is full, then put the plastic bag and shavings outside the privy on the left-hand side. Thank you. Please, no trash. In Huntington Camp Creek Wilderness. Well, let's see what's in the bag. We got wood shavings in here, but there's no plastic bag. And I do not have any plastic bags. I don't have any extra plastic bags with me, so I guess we need plastic bags here. Lunch is Vermont cheddar cheese on a wrap with some tuna. My tuna I have in my trash bag right now. I may be a big back. This whole area here is just covered with fallen trees. Some of it is really, like over there's really old stuff, but this here looks newer, like probably from the hurricane. Here's a good example of hug a tree. Okay, I'm up on top of the ridge. I think I've been down 2 gaps. I don't know. Anyhow, looks like I have a little bit of a flat and then back down to the shelter. I'm guessing the shelter's in a gap. I'm guessing there's no cell phone service there. I'm gonna get in really early. Normally I'd hike for another 2 or 3 hours, but the mileage I planned out for this, we tried to keep the mileage low. Little Sticks wanted some lower mileage instead of like trying to do 18-mile days. And I'm gonna try to stick to that for one reason. So, short story long. When I got back into hiking, in between the first hike I did and the second hike I did, I started running regularly. And I noticed that even though the second hike was more challenging, it was much easier. And I realized it was probably because of the running. So I actually ran regularly for years. And then in the last year or two, I haven't as much. So I decided to start back up. Because as I get further and further away from the miles I need to hike, I would like to do big miles if I'm going to be driving further. Not on this trip though. That's why I'm extending mine. So I decided I needed to regularly run over the winter and move up my miles from my regular 3 miles a day that I used to do. So to keep me motivated, I decided I'd sign up for a race. And then 2 other people at work are also doing training blocks for races. So we've been kind of chatting about it. And I've been focusing on running. And then the last hike I was supposed to do, that got canceled. And this one was rescheduled, and then Little Sticks couldn't come anyway. Anyhow, back to the story. I have been running 5 or 6 times a week. A long run on Saturdays. And I have a trail race next week, and I want to try to do 3 loops of it. They give you 3 hours. I'm not running the whole 3 hours, but I want to do 3 loops. So I'm thinking maybe 2 hours, hour and a half, something like that. Anyhow, and then after that, a couple weeks after that, I have a bigger race. So I don't want to overdo myself in the hiking and then have to recuperate my legs to get back into running. So the funny thing is, I started running so I could hike more, and now I scaled back this hike so that I can keep running for the next couple weeks before my race. It's kind of crazy. So this hike was set to do between 10 and 12 miles a day. I'm almost 8 miles in. It's not 3 o'clock yet. I started maybe 10:30, 10:45. Well, I started a little after 10, but where I had to park and where I started the new miles, I had to walk up a hill, a mountain, half a mountain, up a dirt road, whatever, because there's no parking up at the trail where the trail turned off. I didn't count that miles because I counted that the last time. So finally hike 10 miles tomorrow. I'm gonna be done so early, and I forgot my Rubik's cubes, so maybe I'll just rest a lot or take breaks. But I really want to stay at the shelter that I picked for tomorrow night because it is a really cool shelter. So we'll see what we'll do. The other thing is I'm coming off a foot injury, or an issue with my foot. I'm coming off an issue with my foot that I don't want to irritate anymore, because it's been healing up pretty nice. Even with the running, it's doing better and better every week, and I don't want to irritate it by being on my feet all day with extra weight with the backpack. So I'm also want to take that into account for my miles. Little Sticks would be so disappointed in me because I'm not being very entertaining. It's just been me and my thoughts. And I could not tell you what thought I've had all day. So I guess it's just been me and no thoughts. Brain went on vacation. This looks new enough that it could be from the hurricane. More hurricane damage. Can't imagine climbing over all these trees before they were cut down. This little bridge in the creek. I think this might be the water source for the shelter, but I'm gonna walk up to the shelter first and see if anyone's there, claim a spot in the shelter, and then I can come back down. Right to the Jenkins shelter. No anyone here so far. This early, it's only about 4 o'clock. So here we are, setting up my bed there. But I'm gonna walk back down to the creek to get some water before it gets dark, and then I can set up my bed and cook supper. I need to find the privy. It's supposed to be behind the shelter. Tips about hiking in bear country. Oh, I also need to find a tree to hang my food bag. I don't see anything good right here. But maybe behind the shelter. Could get water from that tiny little stream there. But there's a bigger one down here, and it's moving a little fast, which is probably better water. We're gonna go down here. That's where the little stream comes in, probably. And over here, we got some more running water. So I'm gonna find a nice, fast-moving spot and fill up some 2 liters, take it back and filter it, and go from there. We lost a bear hang string there. Somebody lost one right around there. And somebody lost one. Where's the third one I saw? Over there. So, I guess those are 3 places not to go. Looks like the perfect bear hang, but we have 1, 2, can't see them in the camera, maybe a little closer, 2, 3, 4 with the carabiner, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 strings in this perfectly, oh wait, there's another one, 8 strings in this tree. I feel like mine's gonna be the 9th one, so maybe I should keep looking. How do you know when you found the perfect bear hang? When you find a nice tree up high with a good throw and 9 strings in it. I found the perfect, and it's kind of different, a little interesting in here. Go back up there so I can show it on video. It's not the nicest, but it's pretty cool. I remember how to get there. This is what you call an ultralight privy. Has plastic walls and no lid to the toilet. Got my bed set up. I've used this sleep system one other time in Vermont in October, and it was nice and warm. So the weather's gonna be similar. So I'm gonna do the same thing I did in Vermont. Wear the least amount of layers. And then if I get cold, add my puffy and my down booties or my sleeping bag liner. But I want to see how cold is comfortable for this, so I know when I need to bring extra layers and when I don't. Because I always sleep cold, and I have slept cold too many times to, now I kind of go overboard on my layers. Warming up my food. It's keeping me warm.